Next.ID, we help, like, this is another protocol besides our like mass network extension. So Next.ID can help people bind their identities together with an avatar. It's just the avatar is just a persona. It's just like, you know, a like identity on the cyberspace, in the cyberspace. But this like kind of binding is like permissionless because we rely solely on signatures or like, you know, solely on some like actions that only the owner of like some identities can do. For example, if you want to bind your like wallet with another wallet, all you need to do just like bidirectionally sign each other, because you can just prove you're the owner of both wallets, which means yeah, you are the owners of them. But we can also enable people to bind their like, you know, wallets or like persona. Persona is just a private public key pair with their like, you know, Web2 identities. For example, you can just bind your like persona with your Twitter. But how do you like bind a like Web2 account, because you cannot sign, right? So you need to like do something that only the owner of that Web2 account can do, which is usually on social media is like just post something, or like, you know, put something in the bio or like in their like profile like photo, something that only the owner can do. And then we do all the bindings in a permissionless way. So we are not like providing the trust, we're not providing anything. All the users need to do just like, you know, sign or like do the, you know, actions that that's required to do to bind their like different identities together. And the second is like trustless, because like all the bindings are just secured by math. We don't like provide any trust. All the trusts are provided by math. So we store all the binding histories, aka those like signatures or the URLs. And not just like in AWS, because, well, we store in AWS, which is not decentralized, but like, you know, we don't really rely on decentralization to provide these like trust. But also like we like store all these like histories in Arweave, so that like anybody who doesn't really, you know, trust AWS or us, because we could like delete, we cannot alter those like, you know, like histories, but we can delete or hide. But we store all the actions on Arweave, so that anybody can just, you know, reconstruct all the like these like we call it section. Sorry, it's like 15 minutes.
On?
No, yeah, I just sorry.
No. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So if you don't trust us, you can just always reconstruct all the histories on Arweave. But we also like provide this script. It's just a simple script to retrieve all the histories. And also like decentralized. Anyone can just like you know, host their own server or like their own node, which is like as simple as a server. It's not like, you know, any like POW or POS like node. It's just like server. Any server that can connect to the internet or connect to Arweave can do this. And then you can use this like node to serve your own purpose. So like basically just like just a diagram. You can see like in the middle is the avatar, which is a private public key pair, and then on the left are just like Ethereum like wallets. All you need to do is just sign. On the right is like those are Web2 accounts, which like on one direction you sign, and the other direction you just like prove create a proof post to like, you know, post like to prove you're the owner of that Web2 account. And in this way, because like. For anybody who knows about like graph, like or like, you know, the graph in computer science or math, we can condense like or like, you know, reduce this graph into a strongly connected component, which means like all your like the different like, you know, interactions on the internet or like anywhere can be reduced to like 2 nodes instead of like multiple nodes. We just like do this aggregation for you directly with this like, you know, graph database. And then like in that, but that's like the part of the graph. If you like zoom out a little bit, like if you call it social graph, it's a social graph. The social graph can like be a comprehensive social graph. It not just consists of like all the, you know, Web2 interactions between 2 people, but also their like their like, you know, wallet interactions on like Ethereum, on Bitcoin, on any blockchain you can imagine. And so we all, because like this these information information are still like off-chain, but we like turn them into like on-chain. So for example, we do have an example like smart contract here. So you can just query. So basically, just like we put all the signatures onto a blockchain, so that anybody can query and see how like this person or like this persona is connected to what different identities in the cyberspace. And then in this way, we want to like things like on-chain reputation or like applications on top of this could be a lot. So this is not something I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is more like we can turn this into a good or like useful infrastructure in the like autonomous world or in the on-chain game scenario. For example, Dark Forest is like maybe like the very first fully on-chain games, but it's super like simple because like the identity there is just as simple as a burner wallet that stored your local DB in your browser, which is like not like secure nor convenient. For example, if you want to like move to another browser, you need to like figure out how to get the private key out of the local DB and then put them into another browser, which is like painful to all the users. But like I about like Dark Forest not for the newbies, not for the like end users, but more for like powerful users. But what we really want to do is just like to onboard more users into this field. The beauty of that is pretty simple. It helps users sign transactions seamlessly. They don't have to like click multiple times for each gameplay. But still, like there's a trade-off. We need a better solution here. Smart contract wallet is definitely like is one of the solutions, but I think at least for now, like the gas consumption for smart contract wallets are still too high. It's that especially on EVM. I mean, it might not be a problem on other chains, but it's still like on EVM it's just super painful. We don't really want to like sign millions of like gas for each gameplay. We want like an optimistic gameplay for each user, especially if they need to like pay for their own like gas fees. So we want to like propose here. This is just like scheme. We combine all the things I just talked about or introduced in the previous slide. It's more like a combined scheme, and every user can have an NPC controlled avatar or persona, which is a private key pair. And then we can just generate or deploy a smart contract wallet on any EVM chain for them based on this avatar. And using avatar is pretty intuitive because we don't really want users to what we really want is separate the risks for users. Something is for their like own like on-chain asset, which could be like some ERC20 tokens. But also people could have their in-game assets or even like social capitals. We want to separate all the risks like in different places. So that's why we invented like the persona. But here, just this persona is just for controlling an on-chain smart contract wallet. And on-chain identity graph could be viewed as part of the smart contract wallet. For example, the reason why we do this is previously, if you use one wallet to sign different games, of course you can have gain the reputation where gain is kind of credit for playing different games on one chain. But what if you have different wallets on different chains, or even different wallets on one chain, but you want to aggregate all the credits, everything you have aggregated on this in this world, there's no way. So we want to use this on-chain identity graph to help user aggregate all their different identities together to build up this new Web3 product or the credit system in autonomous world. And then bundle wallets feel generated for each user for each gameplay, but instead of asking users to move or to store their bundle wallet private keys, we can just use this as a real bundle wallet. For example, you can use this avatar to sign or to bidirectionally sign this burner wallet for each gameplay. And then this like session key or this gameplay key can just like expire in 24 hours or 40 hours or however long you want. And then users can just like definitely deploy or generate another key in another like session or on another device seamlessly by just taking all the like on the previous identity or on the previous like part of history on this like game or in this autonomous world by like querying all the on-chain identity graph smart contract. So that it's more like it's an inherited like credit in this way. So we still like use the burner wallet for each gameplay, but people don't really need to like worry about like using storing these keys because you don't have to. Each of them is just a burner wallet. And in this way, what we really want is like in-game assets and session status can be migrated to new gameplays or new sessions. And such, thus, like reputations in the autonomous world can be like aggregated in this way. And this is something we want to like present and then like propose to all of you. And then if you guys want some like identity solution, feel free to to talk to me or talk to my team, because we have been like this is not like published yet, but we do have all the building blocks for this. And if you have any special like requests, feel free to like talk to me and then we can figure out a way. And then that's it. Oh yeah, this is how it works, but it's just like generated in Mermet. But I can just like share the source code with, so you guys can have a better picture of how this works. And that'll be all. Thank you.